and welcome and Happy New Year. For those who don't recognise me, I'm Matthew Rosie from Rosie & Rosie, investment property specialist helping you invest in property with confidence. Today we're here with Megh Castledine, mortgage broker with Mortgage Choice here in Melbourne. Welcome, Megh, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me again.
Firstly, Megh, it's the start of the month, and on Tuesday, as they do every month, except in January, the RBA announces the cash rate. Tell us a little bit about what was announced and what, if anything, the banks have done in response.
So no big surprise, we've seen the cash rate hold, and accordingly, we haven't seen the banks take a huge response to the RBA announcements month on month. We've seen other factors in the environment influencing their decisions more. So in terms of potentially what type of new business they're looking for, and due to COVID, some of the lending restrictions they've put in place. We know that some banks have pulled out of LMI for self-employed applicants. We know that rental income has been reduced for servicing and qualifying for loans. There are other such kind of tightening of lending that's happening all the time. That being said, banks are still open for business. First home buyers in particular, there's a lot available to them at this point in time. The home builder grant as well is being finalized in South Australia. We did sign on as a state last week, midweek. And now, in fact, just been announced all states have signed on. However, it will take time for those to roll out through our state revenue office as to how to apply and what other restrictions the state may take above and beyond what was introduced on the federal level.
Great. I want to talk to you a bit more because I know you enjoy working with first home buyers. But yeah, as far as the cash rate goes, I think we're still at 0.25%, which means interest rates are still very low, and that's great if you've got debt or if you want to borrow. As I said, you do enjoy working with first home buyers. Can you tell us a little bit more about what's available to them and any tips you might have for first home buyers looking to get into the market or borrow for the first time?
Yeah, certainly. So there was a re-release at the beginning of July, so 1st of July, for the first home deposit scheme. Now, we do know this is in limited supply, but brokers can access this through certain approved banks that have been allocated spots through the government. If you're not successful in the first instance, you can go on a wait list. And essentially this scheme is to help first home buyers purchase home without having to take out lender's mortgage insurance, which can be substantial savings when considering that premium is capitalized over the life of the loan.
Yeah.
There is also still the Super Saver scheme available, and the first home owner's grant, the $15,000 available for new builds, as well as brand new homes, so off the plan, or homes that have never been lived in. And then, of course, as I mentioned, the home builder scheme.
Yeah. So there's quite a lot on the table for first home buyers. What tips do you have for them, if they're thinking about buying their first home?
Yeah, certainly. I think going to see a broker who can access the specific loan that's going to be best for them in the next 1 to 5 years. When we talk about first home buyers, there are a lot of things that you potentially don't need when you're putting the majority of your deposit towards your home. There are also other schemes like some banks offer rebate on conveyancing and other things that may be available, or if you're in some sort of specialized industry, there might be other things available in terms of lender's mortgage insurance waivers and other benefits there.
You're referring to the frontline workers?
There is a medical policy. This is an ever-changing thing during COVID as well. It was open to a lot of different industry specializations, and some of that has tightened a little bit. It included accountants, veterinarians, pharmacists. Not for that specific.
Okay.
But there are other things available for teachers, especially if we're looking at people who already own homes and looking to refinance.
Okay.
There's so much available right now. It's really the best time to see a broker. If you go to your bank, you're limited to just a few products and policies, and we really have the gamut available.
Yeah. Excellent. So did I mention Megh's a broker? Megh, do you have any tips for investors looking to borrow or refinance at the moment?
Yeah, certainly. So we've seen interest only versus principal and interest. We've seen that the interest rates in that space have changed, so that there was interest only loans were substantially more expensive than principal and interest loans, and also taking a variable loan versus a fixed loan. All these products have changed as well in the last little while, so that we're actually seeing that those interest only loans are becoming more affordable, which can help people who potentially need some relief during this period. So as well as, if you need relief by pausing home loan repayments for whatever reason, if we have tenants with issues and things like that, going interest only might be another option. It's really what's best for you in your situation long term, and that's why speaking to a professional is worthwhile.
Yeah. Excellent. Thank you. Fantastic. And thank you again for having us today, Megh. I'm afraid that's all we've got time for. But before you go, please tell us, how can people follow or get in contact with you?
Yes, so we're Mortgage Choice in Malvern. So you can catch us on Facebook, on Instagram at Your Healthy Mortgage, or my number is 0433 103316.
Great, thank you. We'll put those details in the description as well. Thanks, Megh. We certainly look forward to speaking with you again. And for those in particular who are perhaps new to lending or borrowing and are interested in understanding a bit more about the terminology that is used, perhaps some of the terminology that was used in today's presentation, check out another video that Megh and I have done on some of the jargon that is used, and we'll explain that in a bit more detail.
You're calling me out for using jargon, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yep, fair enough. Good.
Thank you for joining us too. We hope you found Megh's insights to be useful. If you have any questions for Megh, I'm sure she'd be only too happy to hear from you.
Absolutely.
Similarly, if you have any questions, queries, feedback for us, please send it in, comment below, or email hello@rosieandrosie.com.au. We'd love to hear from you too. It's been a pleasure having you with us, but it's time for us to go. Until next time, I'm Matthew from Rosie and Rosie, helping you invest in property with confidence.